everyone, so today I'm going to be bringing you my TBR for Victorian October or Victober. I will leave links to all of the creators and all of the hosts of Victober down in the description so you can go check them out. I will link their announcement videos and their TBRs. But basically, Victober is a month of reading Victorian literature. You can read entirely Victorian literature, you can read just a bit of Victorian literature. I'm going to be reading a bit of Victorian literature, but quite a large chunk of my reading in October will be Victorian. This has actually coincided really well with one of the modules I'm doing for university. I'm doing a Victorian childhoods module, but I do have some other reading that I need to get done in the month as well, so I won't be reading entirely Victorian literature. There are 5 challenges for Victober, and I will try and complete all of these 5 challenges. I have picked a book for 4 of them so far, and there's one I'm still deciding. And I will probably do a bit of Victorian mood reading throughout the month as well. I'll also be doing a lot of critical reading about the Victorian period as well. So the first challenge for Victober is to read a Victorian Gothic novel, and for this I have gone for Bram Stoker's Dracula. I have actually never read Dracula, and it's ridiculous. I don't know why. Pretty obvious what this one's about. I'm sure everyone knows. It is about the most well-known fictional vampire ever, and it illuminates the dark corners of Victorian sexuality. So I really don't know why I haven't picked this one up yet. It sounds brilliant and it's going to be perfect for around Halloween. The next challenge is to read a Victorian book by a female author, and for this, of course, I am going to one of my favourites. I am going to George Eliot. So I'm going to be reading The Mill on the Floss, and this is one of the first books that I need to read for my Victorian childhoods module, and I am just a little under halfway through this now. This is basically a look at provincial life and growing up and the hypocrisy that there is in the Victorian age and all that social commentary stuff. And I just dropped a book, and I am all about all that social commentary. The next challenge is to read a Victorian novel within a week, and for this I've gone for quite a short one. It is one of my course books, which is a Victorian childhood module, so some of the books are quite short compared to The Mill on the Floss, but I have gone for Charles Kingsley's The Water Babies, and I can definitely manage to read this in a week. I can probably read it in a couple days. So this is about an orphan named Tom who is employed by a chimney sweep named Grimes, and he has to clear away soot. While doing this job, Tom gets lost and he emerges in the bedroom of a young girl named Ellie, and Ellie thinks that he is a thief. Tom runs away, ends up in the water, and becomes a water baby. I'm very excited to get to this one. I did start it a while back and I had to put it down because I had other things that I needed to read for review and stuff, so I'm looking forward to starting this from the start again and making all the way through it in less than a week. The next challenge is to read a Victorian book that is not a novel, and I'm actually not reading a physical book for this. I am reading some Victorian fairy tales. I'm reading a selection of 3. So I'm reading The Day Boy and the Night Girl by George MacDonald, The Magic Fishbone by Charles Dickens, and Juliana Horatia Ewing's Amelia and the Dwarfs. Really struggled with that name. I basically don't know anything about these fairy tales going into them, but I'm excited to find out. The final challenge is to read a book where there is a plot afoot, and I don't really know what to read for this challenge, so if you do have any recommendations specifically for that challenge, do let me know and I will have a think about whether I can get them read in the month. This month I will also be rereading Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. And if I find the time, I will be getting to Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. As I said, there may be a bit more of mood reading throughout the month. I may pick up some other Victorian things, may pick up an Austen, who knows. I'm very much looking forward to taking part in Victober, and I'm sorry I didn't get this TBR up promptly, but seeing as it's taking place over the whole month, it'll be fine. Do let me know what you are most excited for reading during Victober. I'm probably most excited to read Dracula, I think. As much as I'm really enjoying the George Eliot, I feel like it's just time that I got to Dracula. It's ridiculous that I haven't read it yet. So yes, I wish you the very best of luck with your Victorian reading during the month.